So Dustin, in your eyes, what makes a good real estate investment?
Start looking for the properties first. That's not the right thing. The first step that you need to do is find a city that has good inventory. And these are the properties that people want to rent or eventually buy. Cookie cutter type homes. For me, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. 1,200 to maybe 1,700 square feet. Not too small that families don't want to live there. Not too big that it's going to have extra walls to paint and extra toilets to fix and all that sort of stuff. You want a great cookie cutter type home. And with that, you also want to hire the experts in that city that you found. So you found a city, good inventory, meaning the properties that you want to rent, good price point that you could rent it for. My suggestion is $250 a month in passive income. Once you've found that city with good inventory, then you will move on to building the business. Actually, let me give you a quick analogy of what this looks like. If you're going to start a convenience store, a convenience store, soda machines and candy bars and all the good stuff, well, you're not going to sign a lease on a location, open the doors, and set a box of candy bars in there on the ground. You're not going to do that. But what you are going to do is you're going to build the business first. That is getting the gondolas, those are shelving units that all the candy bars go on, the cold storage, the countertops, the cash registers, insurance, employees, bank accounts, everything in the business before you buy any inventory. Same thing with real estate investing. We build the entire business, get everybody working in the business, and then our property, that is our inventory. Like, I'm not going to live in these properties. In fact, 30 plus properties that I own now, I've only seen one of them before I bought them. All of them I sight unseen. I don't even look at them other than through pictures. With that, I hire the experts. They're the ones. So first was inventory in a city. Find a good city, good inventory. Pausing that, then you move on. Well, I have experts in that city that are going to run the business for me, the right property managers, contractors, insurance agents, all these other things in the business. Then we move on to financing. And a lot of people quickly will jump into, well, Dustin, I don't have any money. Well, we can get past that. They might think, well, Dustin, I have bad credit. Well, we can get past that. In fact, I've literally done 15 different ways to get financing. Literally 15 different ways, not just a mortgage or hard money lending. There's so many different ways, but that's not that hard. We'll get past that. But the next thing, once we all have this inventory set, we have the experts that are hired, the right ones set, that's when we get the financing. And then once we have the financing set, that's when we start looking for properties. Because sadly, last thing I'll share is I usually get students, they'll get a lot of properties that they want to buy. And they say, hey, Dustin, I found a bunch of properties. I said, that's great. But who do you have to manage that? Who do you have to finance that? Who do you have to insure them? Like, who do you have to actually run the business? And they'll say no. And one more thing I have to add. I get people coming to me and say they're already started investing. They say, Dustin, I did everything those gurus tell me to do, and I can't find a property manager. And the reason why is because they didn't build the business first. Now, because what happens is in a city, there's a lot of bad areas and a lot of good areas. If you buy a house just because you saw it on, let's say, Zillow, and a realtor says, oh, this is going to be great for you, they don't care. They sell it and they're off to the next person. And then you try to find property managers. And then they say, you call a property manager, hey, property manager, I have this property I'm looking to rent out. Would you manage it? And they say, no, I'll get shot there. Well, you no longer have an asset. It's a liability now. How much better is it if you would call property managers before you have the house and say, hey, property manager, I'm looking to buy this house. Would you manage it for me? And how much would it rent for? What's the vacancy factor? What are the clientele, like the tenants like? And they explain how much we can rent it for. They'll explain it all to you, or they'll say, I won't manage it. That helps you. That's expert information. So the biggest thing, building the business, with that, making sure you have the right inventory and the right people in the business doing the work for you.
Definitely. And I love that thought. So to reiterate, it sounds like it's focusing on a city, next building the team. And you mentioned a few key players on that team, especially early on, like the property manager, and just getting their thoughts and opinions and if they would truly manage the property. Then you move to financing and explore the 15 options. And you've done episodes on that. So go check those out and you can kind of explore the different options that Dustin can put out there for potential financing. And then you start making some offers and identifying some houses and making some offers. So I love the breakdown there. One other thing that I really love around building the business too is setting business rules. So for example, I know one of your rules is you empower property managers. If the expense is less than $200, just take care of it.